You want to write a book? Let me teach you. Perfect is not a word we allow in this household anymore. We need to kill it dead. Rule number one. Don't delete anything. Documents and documents and documents, okay? Don't delete a single thing. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Just put things to paper. It's about throwing as much in the wall. Hi, hello, my name is Phyllis, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're seeing me, hi. Today I'm going to be taking you through how to start the book you want to write. In case it's the first time you're seeing me, yeah, I wrote a book. My story is a West African mythologically inspired high fantasy about two sisters, Nicola and Effie, who are blessed by the goddess of fate but torn apart by death, war, and immortal monsters called the Kindred. And the story is about them finding their way back to each other. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, it's lovely to meet you. So that story done, dusted, finished. I'm currently looking to find a literary agent. It has been quite the long process, and we're still pushing through on that. So in the meantime, to things that I can control, I'm writing book two. Yes, you're not really supposed to write book two until you've sold book one, but I feel like in publishing, you kind of have so little control sometimes, and you're like, ooh. And I just don't want to be idle. And I have so many ideas for it's a continuing story, so I have so many ideas for what's going to happen next. And I just kind of need to get them out of my system. So I'm writing again. So I thought what might be fun is to take you through how I wrote the first story, the first book, how I'm writing this book as well. And maybe there's some advice, little nuggets there for you, whether you're writing a romance novel, a fantasy as well, if you're writing a screenplay, whatever it is that you're writing. I hope that this can be helpful, me sharing my process with you and also sharing my progress as well. I just realized that that is showing. It's not supposed to be showing, so just pretend like you didn't see it, okay? First things first, this setup is elaborate. You do not need this. I did not have this when I first started. I had my laptop and my blanket. That's all I had. I didn't have this whole setup. However, now that I have monitors, it's very difficult to not use them. So forgive me, but this is just for ease of presentation. I hope that you like the artistry of it. I just enjoy pointing like this. Anyway. So that's first things first. You don't need any of this. All you need is really a laptop. I'm just using this for illustration purposes. Yeah, let's jump into it. I first will explain what I have up on my screens, and we can take it from there. I actually have it written down what I want to talk about, because, I'm an ordered girly. Look at me, organization. So right here we have all of my drafts. I don't even know if you can see how many there are. This is one folder that has them. This is another folder that has them. This is another folder that has them. And this is another folder that has them. So and there are some that are lost to time. I don't delete anything. And that is rule number one. Don't delete anything. It's about throwing as much in the wall. Don't delete a single thing. Documents and documents and documents, okay? That's me anyway. So those are all the drafts that I've got. And this here is OneNote. I think it's a very, really good program for planning things. Before I had OneNote, I just used my Notes app on my phone. I have a screenshot somewhere of what I used to use, and I just put any ideas that I had just down there. Um, and so here I have on my planning section, I have Project Wisteria is the name of what I'm writing. I have a subsection called Plot, one called Scenes, one called Character Arcs, one called The Faith, one called Wall Building, another called Writing Lectures, because I did watch some like research and stuff, of course. And then I had lit agent research, which is more miscellaneous. Not You don't need that just yet. But these are the main categories that I have up here for planning. I have a bunch of notes in them, and I have a bunch of notes on my phone. I also have a bunch of notes in this notebook. I also have another notebook that has a lot of notes in them. So I have a lot of little loose bits of paper. I try to keep most of my notes digital because, again, don't throw away anything. But yeah, so that's kind of what I have set up here. And then on my main computer is where I'm writing. I also have, I'm not showing this, but I also have my finished manuscript for my first book because I need it to write, to just go back and forth and stuff. I also have another Word document called outtakes. So that's everything that I don't use or something that I think, oh, this line is kind of clunky, or actually I don't need my character to say this. If I still think it's good, I'll copy it and put it on my outtakes page. So that's what the setup is looking like. All right. Now that I've explained my setup, let's get into how you start writing. Perfect is not a word we allow in this household anymore. We need to kill it dead. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Just put things to paper. When I tell you, writing is like maybe 10% actually writing the words, and then 90% of it is just editing those words over and over and over again. So even if you think a line is not going to be perfect, or you write one sentence, write one paragraph, you think, oh, it looks a little weird. Trust and believe you will be over that paragraph at least 1,000 times. Like, you see how much stuff I have up here? I have so much stuff up here. I have full drafts that are 133,000 words, and I didn't use a word from it. So when I tell you what for me, what works for me, and what I need you to get out of your head, you're not going to be perfect. Leave it at the door, okay? Put pen to paper. Whether it's in notebooks, whenever the writing spirit, comes upon you, because that's what happens to me. It just like arrests me at certain hours of the day, and I'm like, oh, I need to write. If you're more structured, where you can like plan out when you're going to write, and you're like, oh, I'm going to hit like 150,000 words today. I love that for you. That's not the way my brain works. So, more than putting pen to paper, well, that's the main thing. Okay, that's the main thing. You also need to know how you work, because people usually talk about on the scale of writers, right? People either talk about you have your architects and you have your gardeners, or sometimes it's called planners and pantsers. So, people who need like a full detailed plan before they start writing, and other people who need like a couple ideas and then get going. Those are the two extremes basically. I am a bit of both. Most people are. Um, I don't think I'm more on the architecting style, even though you can see that I plan a lot. The issue with me is that I can write plans that are like 30,000 words long and end up deciding while I'm writing to go a different route. I said write whatever comes to mind, write whenever. So your notes app on your phone is going to be your best friend. If you carry a notebook, that will also be your best friend, because I promise you, you'll get ideas in the strangest time. And if you feel like you need to sit at a desk or have a specific setup before you can start going, trust and believe you don't get that out of your head. Half of the time when I'm writing, it's not here. No, it's on my bed with like the duvet wrapped around me at 3 a.m. So when I tell you, for me, it's not glamorous at all. And for you, it probably won't be either. So don't hold yourself to that standard at all. So what can help you with putting pen to paper other than just, I guess, doing that? Planning is definitely one of those things, as you can see from behind me. But I also suggest two other things that can help you put pen to paper. And a lot of it, again, depends on how you learn, how you intake and process information. I'm just telling you what worked for me. I'm more of a visual learner. Um, and I'm more imaginative, so that's what works for me. Sometimes I'm also kinetic in terms of like I have to actually move around and see what something will look like. So these are the two ways that what to help me put pen to paper. Number one is reading, and number two is acting. So let me explain myself before you think I'm a weirdo. There are like some iffy things around people saying, oh, you need to read like all of the classics before you can even put pen to paper. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I'm saying finding something that grips you, a story that you really enjoy is important, and also it just helps you get out of your head a little bit. Everyone knows what my current read is. She's somewhere around here. Empire with a Grandpire by Jay Kristoff. As I'm reading it, I like fangirl. One of the books I was reading when I was writing, even though I don't like mixing both, I'll talk about in a second, was Jade City by Fonda Lee. I really enjoyed that too. When I read those books, I just kind of fangirl about it. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, not only is the story fun for me, I'm also like, damn, I didn't know this description. Like, that really draws me in. Oh, I really like the way that you phrased that. That's really nice. You learn from your peers, right? That's just true. Peers, of course, he's like an actual, like, established author. I'm a small bean right now, but I'm looking up to him and I'm like, oh, maybe one day we'll be peers. But sorry. But like literally, like when I read his stuff, I'm like, oh wow. At least that's me personally. And again, but I don't just read um fantasy. I also, oh no, my light. Oh, I'll have to fix that. Give me a second. Now, could I have been a stronger soldier and tried again? Yes, but my light was really testing me. And is it my video if there's not technical difficulties? I mean, at some point I'll be better at this. Who knows when that point will be? But thank you so much for watching. I know this is a bit of an abrupt ending, but I wanted to keep this short and I love to talk, so I just need to cut myself off at some point. Feel free to subscribe if you found this somewhat entertaining, but I was zipping to go somewhere.
Listen, y'all can have those other love languages. You want to know what my love language is? Food. I love questions like, can I cook for you? Have you eaten? Can I feed you? Can I bring you food? Are you hungry?
And I was like, oh, do I have time to fix this? Indeed, perhaps I do. But, will I? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe. Catch me next week. I'll be out with another video. I hope that you enjoyed this little rant. Not rant, but I hope you enjoyed this look into how I write and some haphazard advice. But I just wanted this to be quick and fun and easy. But was my light cooperating with me? No. Will I get it fixed at some point? I promise I'll get better at this. Thank you for bearing with me. I feel like I say that every single time. But, you know, thanks really from the bottom of my heart. But I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely day and bye!